Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Graphic Word Podcast, here to connect nerd culture to faith and leveling up our lives as we go about it. Thanks for tuning in, and here's what we have in store for you today. Joshua, Caleb, and the Titans. Growing up in the early 2000s, to some of you, I am now old. Watch out. One of my favorite shows to watch was the Teen Titans. 5 small heroes, or sidekicks, that formed their own team to fight off bad guys in the DC comic universe. These heroes are Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, Raven, and Beast Boy. At least in the show. There are more in the comics. As a teen, I would get amped to rush downstairs in my dad's lazy boy recliner and watch the Teen Titans learn to fight beside each other to save the world, all the while having tiffs in their friendship or processing what kind of heroes they wanted to become. Regular teen stuff. More recently, this group has gone through significant changes, with some members having their own comic series and storylines. For a time, it seemed like the Teen Titans were just a memory. However, there was a series that came out that was bringing back the old gang under the title of The Titans, along with more dialogue and processing being solo heroes working together. This gets turned up to 11, with the Titans not just being an older superhero group, but essentially the replacement of the Justice League. Say what? What were once a group of teenagers trying to figure out themselves and their flow as a team are now the pioneers or examples to other heroes in taking on major threats to the universe. Kind of big stuff here. I've been sitting in the book of Joshua lately, if you couldn't tell from the Uncle Iroh talk, and the Teen Titans remind me of Joshua and Caleb. Here's a synopsis for you. Joshua is a young leader who is literally tutored by Moses and is his right-hand man, who later takes on the mantle of leadership over Israel going into Canaan, or the Promised Land. Caleb was a brave warrior who was one of the 12 spies that were sent to scope out Canaan to see if Israel would have a chance of going in and making it their home. The thing was, out of the 12 spies, only 2 were good to go into the land. You guessed it. It's our gents Caleb and Joshua. The other 10 spies were freaking out about giants in the land and thought there was no way they were going to be able to make a difference to make this place their home. Joshua and Caleb, however, were looking at it that if God says this is our place, we are going to be able to do it. By the way, these gents were in their 40s, but were still considered the younger spies of the group. Like the Teen Titans at this stage. So because of the majority not wanting to take the risk, they didn't go in, and God made the Israelites wander the desert for 40 years. Yikes. Now, after 40 years, Joshua is the new leader, and Caleb is one of the heads of the army. And throughout the book of Joshua is their story on how they made Canaan their new home. It was like the Titans showing up and leading the charge for this new group of heroes to learn from. You nerds got to pick up Joshua and look at the leadership of these 2 gents. It was the heart that made them leaders. It was their willingness to stick to God's direction that kept them moving and lead the example for the nation. You may feel like you're a Teen Titan, just learning what it means to be a follower of Jesus. But how are you intentionally listening or following God's direction? How are you stepping out in a way that may encourage and inspire others over time, being the example like the Titans are to the rest of the hero community? Hey there. If you are a fan of the content that's been brought to you in this episode, you'll definitely want to check out our social media connections. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Just go to @GW and you'll be able to find all the stuff that we've been doing lately and all the fun stuff that we get to be a part of. But if you want to even deeper dive, you should join our Discord community. And you can do that by going to discord.io/GW Nerds Unite and be a part of what we're doing. Interact with us, chat with us on live for our video game nights, for our Bible study nights, or even just to connect with fellow gamers, nerds, and what interests you. And if we want to take it even a step further, if you've got some ideas of, what would be cool topics to bring up down the road, or have some questions on how your nerdom might connect to faith, we'd love to have your input there on our Discord channel too, to be able to create the content for you guys, because this is what we're here for, to invest in nerds, to grow and level up together, but being able to grow in our faith and level up too. So thank you again for listening. Hope you are having a wonderful day.